Denise Dillon, head coach at her alma mater. Third year there at Villanova. Won 24 games last year to finish second in the Big East and went on to the NCAA tournament. Bill Fenley on the other side, 28 years at the helm for Iowa State. He's won over 700 career games. Trying to knock off another top 25 opponent here today.
From Bill Fenley, he and his staff, the tenure, they've been together for 13 years. That continuity will help for some success.
So we're underway as the Cyclones take the opening tip in game number 2. And a quick look here by Fritz, and she'll knock down the three-pointer. That's a really good early sign for the Cyclones because the three-pointer is huge for them. So give you a look at the Villanova and Vesco starting lineup. That includes Lucy Olson at 5'9", the sophomore. Brooke Mullen, Maddie Burke. Dalsey as well, the 6'2" sophomore. And Vesco's starting lineup. Vesco QQQ. Fritz just hit the long one to get him going. And you're talking about Suarez. She's 6'6", the senior from Brazil. And off to a really nice start here, up 5-0.
You talked about Suarez being 6'6". She was the one that made the pass inside. She was out on the perimeter, a little bit of a role reversal.
Now Siegrist is 6'1". Great size as well for the Villanova Wildcat. Pull up pop by Burke, won't drop. Not afraid to shoot it, and hits 46% from the three-point line.
Dave, what's going to be fun about this game today is these are two teams that play a 5-out motion offense. A lot of read and react. A lot of smart play on the floor. Instead of running offenses, they play the game and they read each other, find opportunities for each other to score.
Iowa State there with a 3-second violation. They're making about 10 threes a game. Last year they hit 357. They had 19 in one game.
Yeah, their three-point shooting this year has been a bit inconsistent. I think a part of that is really getting used to playing with a true woman of size inside with Suarez, and Suarez playing inside and out. But I believe as the season progresses, that three's going to come along.
Now Brooke Mullen, the senior, getting the Wildcats on the board. And now in transition, Villanova plays solid defense usually, holding opponents to 58 points a game and 37% shooting on the baseline. A blocking foul. Dalsey trying to get around that. She's the team's #1 rebounder. The foul on Suarez.
Villanova's defense, one of the reasons it is so good, because you look at them in the huddle, they're all about the same size. They average about 6 feet tall. They can switch out. Everybody can pretty much defend all 5 positions.
Mullen to get it in. Great family bloodlines there.
Chris Mullen is her uncle. So you think she can shoot the basketball?
I would have to say, right out of the crib.
Yes.
Siegrist with a touch and drops in a bucket. The senior out of Poughkeepsie, New York. What a great career. Just dropped 31 on St. Joe's this week.
Maddie Siegrist, watch her when Villanova gets back on offense. Her release on her shot is so high. That's what makes her so hard to guard.
Tough drive by Fritz in heavy traffic and blocked.
Look, Maddie Siegrist, even over, that's over a 6'7" defender. But her release is so high, she's able to score that.
She has set all sorts of records at Villanova. Shooting 54%, by the way, and there's some of that tough defense on a trap in the corner. Lucy Olson. That one missed ugly there by Dalsey. And here come the Cyclones. 2 losses, both to top 20s. Lost to North Carolina, they were number 8. Number 16, Iowa as well. Olson cross court and almost picked off. Fritz got in there to break up the long pass, so 1-point game early.
Turnovers by Iowa State's got to be driving Bill Fenley crazy. But in talking to both coaches about how you defend a motion offense, because you know and think like motion, sometimes you can outthink yourself. You can anticipate where you think the cuts or the passes are going to go, and your opponent then counters that.
Shot clock at 4 now. jump shot off the front of the iron by Dalsey. So how do you coach that when you know the other guy looks a lot like you do? Getting it downstairs, and Suarez making an impact early.
You've just got to, one of the things that Bill Finley said is, don't let make analysis have you have paralysis. You've got to just make a commitment. When you make a decision to do something, go for it, and everybody else will react off you.
That was sweet, the three by Segrist. Again, 43% beyond the three-point line. You know, you look for a player's weakness, and you have to keep looking and looking with this one.
Well, with Segrist, I don't see a weakness. And when I was scouting her, I was like, what is it that you need to take away from her? Well, you take away the three, she's good off the bounce. She can post you up inside. She can score in so many different ways, and she's a tremendous passer.
Fritz right back up and in, the freshman out of Maryville, Tennessee. Actually born in Ames, Iowa, but in Tennessee she was Miss Basketball as a senior. And a big-time score with 2,000 points.
She went to Lakewood. It's a private Christian school that is right outside my hometown in East Tennessee.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds like maybe you've done a little work there yourself.
It was, well, it came around after I had moved away. It's in a city close to White Pine, Tennessee.
That's a travel.
Recruiting in, and because it's private, some top women's basketball players.
9-7 lead here for the Cyclones. Iowa State usually lives by the three-pointer. They won a program record 28 games last year. They were the number 2 three-point shooting team in the nation. And here's Jones to lift the long one. Ashley coming in at 20 points, 9 rebounds a game. Good second effort.
The rotation in of having Morgan Kane to come in off the bench. And man, when you look at Morgan Kane, she has gotten herself in tremendous shape. She's doing an internship. She works in the strength and conditioning department for the Olympic sports. So when she's not playing basketball, she's helping out the other team.
Olsen with a feathery touch. The sophomore point guard. Donarski gives it up. Jones right down the lane. Can't convert it. Battle for the rebound and a whistle as Morgan Kane was once again active in the rebounding fray. 11-10. Iowa State by 1. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Invesco QQQ, official ETF of the NCAA, and by healthcare.gov. Need health insurance? Sign up at healthcare.gov right now through January 15th. Well, this young lady had an outstanding game number 1, and down the stretch they really needed her for UConn.
Oh, and Leah Edwards is having a fantastic junior season, and Florida State didn't have an answer for her in the paint, both inside and out. She was doing it, taking it off the bounce.
Iowa State at the line. Morgan Kane, the senior. And the Cyclones leading by 3 here in the first quarter. At Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Villanova searching for their 10th win. They just blew out rival St. Joe's, who had been 9-0. Segrist giving it off here for Dalsey, trying to get it downstairs. On the drive, the one-hand floater won't drop for Olsen. They're going to get another effort. Dalsey lays that up and a miss.
Dalsey is so bouncy. She's so active on the glass. If she could just convert. Now, that's what she's got to work on, is the finishes.
Ryan will back it out. Ashley Jones, the star for the Cyclones, still yet to break the scoring column. Heavy traffic there and denied. Villanova tough on the interior. Burke will swing it. Olsen from 15, no.
That was a good look. Did you watch the amount of attention that is paid to Maddie Segrist away from the basketball?
Interesting to me, you talk about the UConn players. They're done today, and yet they want to hang around. They want to watch a little college basketball. It's a very interesting time of the year for players and coaches because you're on break, right? You're done with classes and exams. You are playing, you know, really tough games here, but Christmas or the holidays are beckoning for you, family, friends. apple pie. You know, you want to get out of town and kind of get back with the family and everything. It's a hard time to keep kids from getting distracted.
It really is. And you talk about everybody's done with finals, not Villanova. Villanova's still in the middle of finals. I don't think they finish until next Tuesday. So some of these women have to go back to campus and finish taking their finals before they're finished for the season. But as a coach, a lot of times during finals, you don't even have your whole team together to practice. So keeping them individually locked in so that they're ready to go when they come together, back together as a group.
Suarez with a quick strike downstairs, comes in averaging 16 points and 9 rebounds. Shardy has 30 block shots this season.
When you go at her, don't shoot it.
No, good idea. And there's a good example as she deflects that one away. She is long. Ryan with a kick out way downtown, and the 6'6" senior with a misfire. So the Cyclones by 5. Mullen gives it up. Olsen trying to run a cut play there for Segrist, but nothing doing.
Well, you saw who got the steal. Lexi Donarski. She's probably the best defender in this Iowa State uniform.
Segrist with a shot off the back of the iron. And Donarski, last year's Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Outstanding there, the junior.
Oh, that looked like a foul to me.
Yeah, no whistle. Donarski looking for one.
Yeah, Mullen had her wrapped around the waist, looked like.
Olsen's jumper, yes, got a great look. She has 5. And a 15-12 game. Villanova's played a pretty rugged schedule, beating top 25 Princeton. They dropped a close one to nationally ranked Baylor, and there's a good touch as well. Jones finally starting to get going offensively. Averaging close to 20 points and 9 rebounds a game, preseason All-American, and a Big 12 Player of the Year preseason.
Three-point shot looking a little consistent for Iowa State. They're 2 for 4 from 3. Jones gets going, they will have a good inside-out attack.
Cauley can't find a range there. Rebounded away by the Cyclones. Ryan thought about it. Jones nearly had it poked away. Staying with it, but she's going to draw lots of attention every time. And swished in by Danae Fritz. I should say Emily Ryan there at 43%.
Yeah, Emily Ryan, I think she's one of the best point guards in the country, and she has been really known for her ability to distribute the basketball, but she has really exercised her ability to score. She's starting about through the Big 12 tournament last season and carried that on this season.
Cauley decides to give it up here for Segrist. She'll let fly, and no. And so the Cyclones trying to put together a run to really take control of this thing, on top 21-12. Suarez, no. And a whistle on the play at the end of the first. And let's see what they have here as the officials are going to huddle. 21-12 at the moment.
And did the foul occur before the clocks went to 0?
And that's the end of number 1, but let's see if there's a foul on the play. I think both benches are asking the same thing that we are. Take a look. Big contact in the paint.
Yeah, I believe the foul occurred before the game was over, or before the quarter ended, with the box out underneath.
Yeah, we're going to get a clarification on this. Did have a foul right before the clock went to zeros. Not a whole lot of time. They're going to reset.
Now, who do they call the foul on?
That's what we're looking at. That's what they're trying to determine.
Because both players, I think, could be found guilty of holding each other down.
I think you're right. So they should put some additional time up on the clock. First quarter should not be ended quite yet. And Iowa State with a nice run here to close the first quarter. They're going to put 1.1 on the clock. So both sides have to come out and play the last second.
So the foul is going to be called on Ashley Jones, and it actually occurred with 1.1 seconds left on the clock, so they're putting more time on the clock to finish the quarter.
So Caitlin Oriole here will check in, and they'll run it out. So that finally is the end of the first. Iowa State looking sharp, 21-12 at the end of one. Went on a 10-2 run to end that quarter.
Well, a lot of it had to do with the three-point shots and coming from different players. So you've got Fritz knocks down to three. Then you have Ashley Jones. She's finding her opportunity. Three as well. And then the point guard, Emily Ryan, from the top of the key, knocking it down. So if the threes get going for Iowa State, that could really spell good things for the Cyclones.
Yeah, Villanova may be a little concerned about that right away, that trend, as Iowa State opens up a 21-12 advantage here at Mohegan Sun. UConn held off a fierce comeback from Florida State to take game one here. Runyon on the drive, finds an opening, but swatted away by the 6'6". Stephanie Suarez. Another block for her.
That's the difference that Suarez makes for Iowa State, is having that rim protector so the defense can really extend more on the perimeter. So if a drive happens, look, you got somebody there that's there to come help.
Defensively, who does she remind you of?
Oh, wow. Defensively.
She'll tap and control here.
Wow, that's, I mean, she blocks the shot like Cameron Brink. She blocked the shots like Yolanda Griffith in the WNBA, but she also, on the other end, has a versatile offensive game.
Donarski to get in close. She's had a couple of 22-point games this season for the Cyclones. So Villanova looking for the answer. Segrist with a pull-up pop, but not there for her, and they're going to need her desperately today. Really one of the great players in America. Able to get back defensively, and she gets the block.
Well, she communicated down probably about 80 feet from the basket, telling Dulcie, hey, pick me up till I can get there. Dulcie slowed down the transition, and then Segrist comes in for the block.
Boy, as a coach, you love that communication.
You got to talk on the floor. And you got to take care of each other. You got to not only talk, but you got to listen.
I just had Kansas and Indiana, the men, yesterday at Allen Fieldhouse. Here's Jones trying to get free underneath. And watching Bill Self's practice, he talks about that constantly. Communicate, communicate. Jones right on target.
Ashley Jones came back for her fifth year for a reason. She wanted to really work on what she needed to improve on to go to the next level in the WNBA, but she also is a player that loves college, and because of COVID, she got that extra year. So she came in. Bill Finley told her on Saturday, look, I got to know by Monday because whether or not you're going into the draft, because the draft needed to know. She came in Sunday and she said, well, I thought about it. Coach, if you don't mind, I'd like to stay.
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind, right?
Number 4 all-time Big 12 scorer, 2,500 points. Would you mind, Coach, if I came back for another year? Great defense there by Villanova. Dulcie right on top of that shot.
Christina Dulcie has really made her presence felt defensively, getting into the block shot, the shot blocking party.
That's a sensational block. That's the block of the day. We may have a few in this one.
Well, I don't know. Remember now, Dorka Uhas had quite a few blocks in that Florida State game.
Oh, yes.
Those were special.
Great defense in that one. They needed them all. Segrist with a foul. as the reigning Big East Player of the Year picks up number 1. Last year, she was number 1 in the Big East in scoring, number 2 in the country. This year, 27 points a game.
She's on the Wade and Wooden watch list.
I'm telling you what, if you just count up the watch lists in our 2 games, you're going to keep going for a while with the talent we've been able to see today here at Mohegan Sun. 7:47 to go before halftime. Iowa State at number 14. They were picked by the coaches to win the Big 12 in the preseason.
It's going to be a tall task with teams like Texas and Oklahoma, how they're playing. Baylor. Big 12 tournament's going to be interesting.
No basket. I cannot believe, no, they're going to wave that off. And the foul underneath will go against the Cyclones, and that's going to be on Kane.
Yeah, Morgan Kane moved on that screen there. Donarski tried to get credit for it, but the official said, we're not counting that one.
Villanova coming in ranked number 25. They're 9-2. Olsen will try a long one, and it falls in. Friendly rim. And Villanova needed that one, 26-17.
Well, when they do get a 3, Villanova is 3 for 3 from the three-point line.
Fritz bouncing down low and very unselfishly.
Oh!
Love the reaction there by Lucy Olsen.
Olsen coming from the other side. She comes in after the offensive rebound.
Thought for sure she had a block.
That looked like all ball to me.
To her too. So Suarez at the line, 63%. Came up very big against North Carolina, 19 points, 12 rebounds for the 6'6" senior from Brazil. Averaging close to a double-double. And makes the score 27-17. The Cyclones. Iowa State, by the way, one of the best foul shooting teams this year in America. They were last year, too.
Traditionally, that's just what Iowa State, other than their three-point shooting, they shoot a high free throw percentage.
Yeah, 79% this year is better than that last year. Orioles shot off to the right. Segrist staying with it, but eventually loses control. And it'll go back over to Iowa State. And he's still in the Wildcats head coach. Got to be a sweet deal to coach your alma mater, huh?
Absolutely, but I'm going to tell you, when you watch her on film and all, because this is the first time I was able to meet Coach Dillon in person, and in reading the bio, and you watched her at Drexel, she was there for 17 years. Well, she looks like she could still go out there and play.
Really does. Suarez able to finish that one up. So if the Cyclones are getting the high and the low, they're going to be a lot to handle today for Villanova. That's been the case so far.
I have said since watching Iowa State from the beginning of the year, this is a contending team. What they have added to put them in that position, they've already been able to score.
So gets the back door and up and in.
They have a balanced attack, but now they have a rim protector defensively, so I think that they've got the total package to be there playing late March.
Solid point guard as well, and Emily Ryan, who can also hit a three-point shot. Here's Jones, got it, a three-pointer.
And you got a leader. You got a leader like Ashley Jones. So to go along with a quality point guard, they got really the big three. When you look at a solid point guard, you've got a solid perimeter defender and a scorer in Lexi Donarski. You've got Ashley Jones, but then you also add to that the size of Suarez.
Can Segrist get a hot hand going? And that one blocked by Jones. Those two are going up against each other, and it's a lot of fun to watch, looking at two of the best players in the country and they're playing full tilt 110%.
Well, that's what you want to see. I mean, because in style, they really mirror each other. So then you're trying to figure out how would you stop yourself.
Suarez will kick it out, a three-point opening, and drilled by Donarski. Well, that's the way the game started for the Cyclones, and it's kept on right through to this timeout.
Moving the ball around, sharing the basketball. Share the sugar's what they say. Iowa State can do that so well. Play inside out, knock down the three, the total package.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Invesco QQQ, official ETF of the NCAA. Beautifully decorated Mohegan Sun. Great to have you with us here today. We're coming up on our Jeep halftime report with Kev, Steph, and Nikki talking about Tennessee Stanford, the highlights there, and FSU UConn. UConn holding off a furious rally by Florida State to win 85-77 on this floor earlier today.
Lou Lopez-Seneschal had 23 points. Aaliyah Edwards, she had 26. They really looked back to the UConn team, looked like the UConn team we're used to seeing.
I would say turnovers aside, right down the line, the UConn team that we're used to seeing. Coach Oriema did not coach that game today. He stepped aside not feeling well. Shot clock is down to 5. Olsen lets fly a triple. Big battle for the rebound. Villanova won that, but they give it away, and Suarez was right there.
Dulce's getting so many opportunities, she's just not able to finish. She's getting on the glass.
Donarski looking to make a move with the turnaround. Sigris with the rebound. She gets 9 per game. And can Villanova cut in? They're trying to do it from way downtown, but that's not working right now.
Right now, Sigris is setting the screen, and she is the one responsible for getting others open, but they're not knocking down shots. They have to reverse the roles. Screen for her. Get her some more shot opportunities.
Stephanie Suarez, the big at 6'6", should shoot that three. 39% out there.
And I love how when she catches it loaded, just like shooting that perimeter shot's part of her game.
Well, now that is an All-American kind of move by Maddie Sigris to get that one to go with all that coverage.
That's what I'm talking about. Maddie Sigris needs to get more shot attempts right now. She's more being used as the screener. Maybe they got a screen for her.
Espen Miller-McGraw trying to drive the paint. Right with her to swat that one away is Maddie Burke. Yet another block. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, man, the Packers are taking on the Rams at Lambeau Monday Night Football at 8 p.m. The Manning Cast is on ESPN2, and coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. 12 to get off a shot here, but they're not going to need any of that. Very well-run play off the inbounds for Iowa State. And they continue to pile on a 37-21.
We have 3 of these players that have had a lot of experience playing together, especially Ashley Jones, Emily Ryan, and Lexi Donarski. So they know each other's movements, where they like to get the basketball, screening, mentality on the floor.
Ryan on the penetration, and Mullen with a foul. 2:20 left before halftime here in game 2. Mullen with her second. And that'll put Ryan to the line, but she's exceptional. I guess what we'll do is tell you when someone doesn't shoot about 90% at the line for Iowa State. That would probably be more interesting.
Well, because everybody, you wouldn't have anything to say if you're just going to talk about how well they shoot.
Did you feel like when you were coaching, you could teach kids to be better foul shooters by the time they got to that level?
I think that it's not necessarily technique, it's mentality. Because a lot of times players that are great shooters, and I do that as a commentator, I look at how great players can shoot from the floor, and then when they get to the free throw line, their percentage goes down, and I really think all of that is mental. Their approach, they overthink it instead of just rhythm and let it fly.
I love how Iowa State, when they have a foul shooter, leaves the lane wide open. No need to have a rebounder in there because they're not going to miss.
It's money.
Got to be a great comfort for a head coach, too. Iowa State on top 39-21. Trying to get to the big underneath and due for two. Suarez with another strike. And now they have taken a 41-21 lead on Villanova.
I just don't know how you're going to defend Suarez inside. 6'6". She's head and shoulders above, taller than everybody else. The best way that you can possibly is you got to sandwich her. You can't let anybody you got to be in front of her and behind her, and there's three people that are right there, and because she keeps the ball high, that's just an easy two.
When you get a big who can do that, it's money in the bank.
You know?
To keep it up like that, Cauley.
Yeah, Stanford has a couple of players. You got Cameron Brink that does that so well. South Carolina's got a player by the name of Aaliyah Boston that keeps it high. Does that very well.
Olsen on the spin, gets a good look. And even those kind of shots here in the first half of the Wildcats are not falling when they're open.
And that's really tough. And I think that, too, that basket, when you miss a few, it starts to shrink, and that shot gets tougher and tougher and tougher.
Swada is really making her presence felt under that basket. Maddie Siegrist with the foul. With 1:05 to go. And again, nobody bothering to rebound. Although Swada is at 63%. Looked pretty smooth on that one.
What a confidence builder, or a little bit of swag that says, you know what, I don't need rebounders, I got this.
Who needs rebounders? 1 of 2.
At least you're already back set defensively if you miss.
1 minute to go.
Seeger's drawn all sorts of attention again. And nearly taken away. Shot clock's now down to 10. Burke trying to feed underneath. And with shot clock winding down, they get that one from Runyon. Bella Runyon with a basket. And a 42-23 advantage for Iowa State. Bill Fenley's got to be delighted with his team's play here in the first half.
And I got to believe Iowa State's going to hold for the last shot.
Number 14 team in the country. Trying to come to Connecticut. Knock off a top 25 opponent. 6 to get off the shot. And a traveling violation, so no basket. 42-23.
Bill Fenley has to be happy, though, with the way that his team has played in this first half, and specifically how they've been able to defend Villanova and shoot the ball.
Final second, Siegrist. A little too strong with that one. That's how the first half comes to an end. With a lot of missed shots there by Villanova, a lot of made shots for the Cyclones on top, 42-23 over Villanova here in Connecticut as we go to the studio. Good balance and three-point shooting is the work they've done on the glass, where they have been really good. 31-13, out-rebounding Villanova.
Villanova's not getting second chance opportunities on missed shots. It has been basically one and done. Iowa State headed the other direction.
Now picked off by Mullen to begin the second half here, so we'll see if Villanova can get a little bit of a run going, which would be similar to what Florida State did in game 1 against UConn. UConn looked like they had total command of the game, but not so fast. Seminoles came back and cut it inside 10 in the second half before UConn finally pulled away and won 85-77.
Villanova's going to need Maddie Burke, transfer from Penn State, to start getting more involved in the offense.
Cyclones at 7-2, ranked number 14 in the country. Now one of the top players in the nation, and Ashley Jones, who averages 20 points, 9 rebounds. She has it now. Working on Maddie Siegrist underneath. Siegrist with the block. Boy, we've seen a bevy of block shots on this floor in the 2 games. Some pretty good defense like that. And it's going to go the other way. And Villanova will take over.
Christina Dulce, she's making her presence felt on the defensive end. Now she can start converting some of those shots offensively. But she's 0 for 5 for the floor.
And she's had some big games this season, particularly on the glass. 17 rebounds against Marist, 12 against Temple, 12 against Baylor.
Look, she has more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds on the season.
Villanova, the number 25 ranked team in the country. 9-2. Played a tough schedule early. Hoping that'll pay off today, but they need a big push to come from behind. Brooke Mullen stops from 18. Shot clock a factor now down to 5. Dalsey on the move and a whistle. That was with 3 on the shot clock. And foul number 2 on Suarez.
Dalsey keeps moving. She's light on the floor, keeps attacking. If you keep moving, you can make good things happen.
Wildcats trying to get it in. Mullen popped up, nearly stolen away. She hands off for Lucy Olson, who's a very solid three-point shooter. Segrist, shot clock inside 10. She's going to swoop in and draws the foul. Does she need to get a little bit more greedy offensively?
I think so. I think sometimes that she is a little too much, she defers a little too much for others, keeping that balanced attack. But when your team is down 19, you need to take over. You really need to be the show for the Wildcats.
I mean, it might be odd to say for a player who's averaging 27 points a game, but at times she's a little too unselfish.
Yeah, I think she could average 30, 32 points a game if she really wanted to.
Villanova, first time they've been at the line all day right there to make it 42-25. Looking for the big underneath, but thrown right past her. Suarez had no chance to haul that one in.
Well, that was Emily Ryan's fault right there because Suarez was trying to get positioning and Ryan put it up in the air before the big girl really was able to get her feet set.
Olsen up top for Burke. Olsen trying to drive it into the lane. Tough to get there, but draws the foul. Early on here in the third, and Iowa State in command.
Here in looking at the offense of Villanova, a lot of times when Maddie Segrist is setting a screen, the person she's screening for is not real deliberate at using it. Instead of just kind of the brush by and letting the defense through. So Ashley Jones is guarding Maddie Segrist, right? So when Maddie sets the screen, make Ashley Jones have to help. If you just brush by, she's not leaving Segrist at all.
Olsen drills those. Suarez, by the way, just left the floor with her third foul. So we'll keep watch on that.
Now both teams are pretty equal. You know, when you look at the height on the floor.
Ryan backs it away, calling out a play now for Bill Fenley. Through the lane, wants to get off that shot. Not there. Segrist with the rebound. They run a nice play for Dalsey underneath. So trying to chip away, and that's one way to do it.
Well, if the Wildcats are going to make a run, they need to do it while Suarez is sitting on the bench.
Jones kicks it back outside for Ryan, and too strong. Big fight for the rebound. Still loose, and now a kickball. And it'll go the other way on a possession arrow, I guess. Nobody had possession of that thing.
That's why at first I thought it was going to be a jump ball, but then she said kick ball and saw that, called it that an Iowa State player used their foot.
So 42-29. Olsen has set up a play now for the Wildcats. They need a hot hand.
Well, check out number 20 in white, Maddie Segrist. If she does screening, how well is the recipient using that?
6:38 to go in quarter number 3 here at the Invesco QQQ Basketball Hall of Fame Women's Showcase. Two teams ranked in the top 25. And a whistle away from the basketball. And a personal foul here. That'll go against Villanova. That's on Segrist, the number 2.
The luxury that Bill Finley has with Segrist guarding Ashley Jones. She can run Ashley at the 1, run isolations at Segrist, try to get her in more foul trouble. Terrific.
Yeah,
great rotation, right?
Sure is. That's a pleasure to watch. Donarski airborne, but no. That did not touch the rim, so that's a shot clock violation.
That was a great defensive possession by Villanova. The rotation, if a player got beat off the dribble, the help was there, and then the next level of defense was there as well.
Your eyes light up when you watch that.
I love that kind of defense.
I mean, someone could hit 6 threes in a row, but if you see a defensive rotation like that, it's Christmas morning for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Segrist in close, can't find the range. And the Cyclones, who got off to a quick start from three-point land, continue to put the pressure on offensively. Here's Jones with it. And going to turn it over with a traveling violation. Villanova's mentioned a very good defensive team. They hold opponents to 58 points a game.
That's 2 stops in a row. Can they make it 3? They need to convert offensively, but it just build confidence that they can get those stops. When Iowa State played North Carolina, they got off to a quick start, quick win, quick lead, but it was North Carolina that chipped away, and was able to pull off the win in the second half.
Kelsey deep in the corner. Shot clock to 6. Olsen goes back to her. Long one on the way. Looked good coming out of the hand. Segrist wanting a foul there as she gets hit. And she'll be headed to the line. Maddie Segrist fouled by Fritz, her first.
Segrist doesn't quit on the play. She is battling. She and Jones going after it on the glass. Number 20 in white's doing all she can to get the Wildcats back in this thing.
Man, can she shoot it and score? She had 41 against Temple, 32 at Princeton. And they have needed her throughout a great career. She's been there all the time, averaging 27 points, 9 rebounds this season.
Dave, I talked to her yesterday, and she's a little superstitious. That black headband she has on, it's a must. She said her dad is suspicious too. He's here somewhere, but he is just superstitious, has to sit in a certain place. He doesn't sit with his wife during the game.
You wonder where Maddie gets it. Well, you don't have to wonder. A whistle with 4:47 to go in the third. Villanova with a little bit of a run here, opening up the second half. In the app, game 2 of the second annual Pac-12 US LBM Coast to Coast Challenge. That's in Dallas, 7:30. Number 12 Arizona taking on number 19 Baylor. A lot of really good games. Tennessee Stanford today.
Yeah, Tennessee took the lead the last time I was watching. Cameron Brink in a bit of foul trouble, but that Arizona-Baylor game, Arizona bringing the defense right now. They're leading the Pac-12 in steals. Can Baylor take care of the basketball?
Meanwhile, this one has tightened up. I think you could ask the same question of Iowa State here in the third quarter. Can they take care of the basketball?
Yeah, because it's given some life to Villanova.
Segrist keeping it alive. Here's Olsen. Shot clock 4. Now down to 3. Olsen to the baseline with a handoff. Nothing there. Iowa State has yet to make a shot here in the third.
Yeah, 0 for 8 from the floor in this third quarter. The offense has kind of gone stagnant. Remember, Stephanie Suarez is on the bench in a little bit of foul trouble.
Kane working, spins it up, but it's not there. I'll give Villanova plenty of credit defensively. They've been rock solid. They throw another one away, though. That one by Olsen off the backboard. In transition. And switched in by Fritz. Oh, they desperately needed that.
They needed that for sure. Fritz has been an a great addition at coming back off injury last year. Her ability to shoot the 3-ball.
Mullen looking for Segris, a catch and shot, and 2.
See, the curl screen for her coming in, even if the defense collapses in, because she keeps the ball so high, running more actions to number 20 in white.
Number 20 in white has a fun game to watch. Ryan downtown, 1 and done. Segris has a lot of different shots in her arsenal. Run in off the fake. And threw it away. Just gave it up back over to the Cyclones. 2:38 to go in the third.
I'd like to see how Maddie, after a turnover, she goes over and talks to her teammates. Is like, okay, this is what you did. You were looking for. This is how you can do it better.
So 45-33 advantage for Iowa State and the ball. Jones up, setting the screen here for Ryan. In the paint. She will drive it and take the hit. Emily Ryan, not the one you want to foul. 93%, she's at the line.
And the lane is open because Ashley Jones has come in and posted up, and then she vacated the block. That left a driving lane for Emily Ryan.
The foul on Burke was number 2. Ryan, who had a 29-point game against West Virginia last season, so the point guard can really light it up. 2:19 to go in the quarter. If it comes down to foul shooting contest, it's lights out in the Cyclones' favor.
I'm going to watch Maddie Seacrest to see how many options are there. She's the one that really that Villanova needs to look for.
She's in close and rolls it in anyway.
Yeah, they need to play through Segrist.
Maddie was 17. That's 10 off her average coming into play. Ryan stops. Back up top for Donarski. Oriole with it.
Again, where is Segrist? Yeah, you got to find her. You got to find her.
Back to the line she goes, where she makes 81%. Hit on the play by Ashley Jones. It's been spirited between those two outstanding players.
Segrist needs to touch it every time down. Now, look, Ashley Jones and Maddie Segrist are the stars on these two teams. The deciding factor on this game is how each team plays through their star players.
Big East Player of the Year a season to go. This one tightens up a 10-point game. Both teams can shoot foul shots. Villanova hasn't missed yet.
We saw Florida State chip away in the third quarter in that first game we had today.
Yeah, it has a little bit of that feel. FSU and UConn. That one's going to be thrown away.
It's the 14th turnover by Iowa State.
And 8 of them in this quarter.
That will open the door, give an opportunity for Villanova.
Olsen, Segrist. Oh, got a great look. Got the shot she wanted.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the battle you want. At least give her an opportunity to score, and then Lenarski knock it down to 3.
Big shot for Lexi to make it 50-37. Runyon on a drive, but denied. So Ryan will take her time walking this up.
And that was a possession. Segrist didn't even get a look. Now, when I say play through, it doesn't mean she has to make every shot, but she needs to get a touch.
Final seconds of the third here, and Iowa State, despite a lot of turnovers in this quarter, still maintaining a lead. On a back down, Ryan got it. The junior drops it in. That's how the third quarter comes to an end.
Iowa State trying to close it out down the stretch. It's not the point guard from the perimeter, but in the paint to seal the deal to finish the third.
About to start the fourth quarter here at Mohegan Sun, and Villanova with a slight victory in that third quarter.
Well, no team made a three, right? And Villanova just keeps chipping away and chipping away. We could be in for a good one in this fourth quarter.
Well, that's the Wildcats' hope, and will they do it behind number 20? As you said, doesn't necessarily have to shoot it every time, Maddie Sechrest, but they have to play right through her all the time.
Well, now she's starting the offense from the top.
Handing off for Mullen. Sechrest will let fly and hits the deck as well. Hit it hard, too.
But what is Villanova doing but playing through Maddie Sechrest? She started with it, she gave it up, and then she got it back.
Quick foul there, number 4 on Suarez. So she really hasn't seen much of the floor here in the second half because she's been in deep foul trouble. Number 1 by Maddie Sechrest, who's out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Suarez out of Brazil. And makes the pair here, 21 points, 8 rebounds. So she's closing in on her outstanding averages anyway.
Yeah, she averages Sechrest for almost 28 points a game, 9 rebounds a game.
Ryan trying to use the screen. Backing her way into the paint. And makes it, and she'll go to the line as well. Well, she was determined. She was going to shoot that basketball the moment she touched it.
Emily Ryan is playing with just strength. She recognizes that she can take Olsen down low and go in and finish through contact.
A second foul on Lucy Olsen. And Ryan looking for the three-point play and does that to make it 55-39. So every time it looks like Villanova is really going to get both feet back into the game, the Cyclones able to come up with a couple of big baskets or a three-point play like that.
Well, it's a contribution, too, of different people. It was Emily Ryan last possession. Lexi Donarski can knock down from the perimeter. It doesn't all rest on the shoulders of Ashley Jones.
Burke zips the pass for Delsey. Shot clock dwindles down to 2. Mullen's going to get a shot up off the front of the iron.
Iowa State's turned their defense up, too.
Kane coming up to set a screen. Donarski, yeah, good D by Mullen to swat that one away.
Instead of just settling for outside jumpers, Iowa State is really keeping Villanova on their heels. They're staying in attack mode, trying to get downhill.
Villanova 9 block shots, and that is a season high. Burke collects the loose ball. Sechrest, incidentally, now the ball has scored their last 10.
Mullen's got to catch that, ready to score. She caught it immediately, thought pass. When her player goes to help on Sechrest, she's got to be ready to pull the trigger.
Ryan around the back. And we'll set up a play now for Bill Fenley. She'll fire away. That's the play. And a whistle, a foul in the paint. So that'll go against Iowa State. And Morgan Kane. So looking for somebody else perhaps to at least score it. And they're having trouble doing that outside of Maddie.
Maddie Burke has been really, really quiet. The transfer from Penn State that has the ability. She can take it off the bounce. She can pull the trigger from the perimeter.
Dowsey jumping in the lane. She gets hit. And she will be off to the line. Fouled by Morgan Kane. But this is typically not the best of news because the sophomore only connects on 47% at the foul line. Under 8 minutes to play.
I thought she was going to prove you wrong there, Dave.
They usually do. Usually like 100% of the time. Naturally, there was a point in the UConn victory over FSU. I said UConn was 15 for 15 at the line. The second I said it, naturally,
right.
They missed the first one of the day.
Is there such thing as an announcer's jinx?
It's said. I don't believe it. I never have. I don't believe from like 50 feet away we can jinx anything. We can really affect anything. Nice move inside for two for Ashley Jones. Not necessarily a big day for Ashley. 11 points, came in averaging 20. But they're up by 17.
Ashley Jones coming back for her 5th season. It'll be interesting to see where she goes in the WNBA draft because of her ability to score.
Oh, Burke with a nice long-range touch.
That's what I was looking for. Maddie Burke needs to help Segrest in the scoring department.
And a blocking foul here, 7:15 left in the game. And Villanova has to rain some more threes. That'll be foul number 3 on Lucy Olson.
Ashley Jones, in talking about the WNBA draft, though, that's one of the reasons that she came back for another year to fine-tune some skills. How will she be off ball screens? How can she defend in the post and on the perimeter? Those are question marks that need to be answered.
Would this have been your advice? Would you have told her that had you been her head coach?
Listen, in the time of the NIL, why not? Get another year of college basketball, an opportunity to grow. I mean, when you go to the WNBA, and especially as rookies, you're not going to make $1 million, right? So you probably, in some situations, can make more money with an NIL. And she's coming back to an Iowa State team that can be in contention this season.
Well, you said it at the top of the broadcast. They're legit.
They really are. And they've got a strong point guard. They've got a star in Ashley Jones, a defender in Lexi Donarski.
Segrist trying to keep Villanova close, trying to keep them connected in this game. She can do it from many spots on the floor. Ryan off for Donarski. Segrist there for the rebound. She's doing a little bit of everything now. They need a big push, though. Mullen outside that 3. Dowsey to her right, and it hanging on the iron there for a moment, but spun off.
Now Dowsey's got to really work on her finishes around the rim. She's getting the opportunities. Her positioning is terrific. Now the next step is, okay, you got to catch it, you got to find the rim, and you got to finish.
Fouled on Burke. Coverage of the Myrtle Beach Bowl begins tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. on ESPN and the app. Marshall finished strong. They won 4 straight, 5 out of 6. Jim Mora has UConn in a bowl game for the first time since 2015. Jones way downtown for 3.
That's what makes her so valuable, and I believe WNBA GMs are looking at it because she can just score in so many different ways. Consistent from the 3. She's got a mid-range jumper. She can post you up. And she's tough because she has taken double teams, triple teams at times. Floor's opened up a little bit more for her this year with Suarez on the floor, but she can manufacture some points.
Donarski to the paint. It opened up for her. Did not convert, but up and in for 2. Suarez right there. 64-46. 12 and 7 for the 6'6" senior. And we've got a timeout with 5:29 remaining, and the Cyclones playing well. Now college basketball here on ESPN. Brought to you by Invesco QQQ, official ETF of the NCAA, and Boost Mobile. everything you could want in a wireless carrier. Iowa State getting true balance. Ryan with 14, Jones 14, Suarez with 12, Fritz with 10, Donarski with 10.
The balanced attack with Iowa State, it's similar to UConn. Okay, are you going to stop the paint or are you going to stop the three? You've got to make a decision what you're willing to give up.
Yeah, pick your poison. Mullen with a pull-up pop. Can't knock that down.
We talked about Ashley Jones in the WNBA draft. A lot of GMs are talking about Stephanie Suarez. You know, how many post players are at her size that have the versatility of the game she does?
That could pop out and hit the 3-2 at 6'6". Donarski, boy, she puts a lot of pressure on the opposing D. And another triple, absolutely drained by Fritz. Nothing but net.
Iowa State on the season has been inconsistent from the three-point line. They were shooting 37% coming into today's game. Well, they're 50%. They are 10 of 20 from the three-point line.
Last year they hit almost 360 of them on their way to 28 wins. So obviously it's a giant part of their attack and a very successful part of it today. So the Cyclones trying to cruise to an 8th win of the year. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. Ryan and got back at it and committed a foul there. A little frustration perhaps. We'll take the break. 67-48 Iowa State. We take a look at today's play of the game, brought to you by healthcare.gov.
It is Ashley Jones slicing and dicing the defense of Villanova. She has just had a unique ability to find scoring opportunities. She has 14 points today. And she's 4 of 6 from the three-point line, both the inside and out. And she's getting a lot of help from her teammates.
She's added 8 rebounds as well. You know, you can be a big-time scorer like she is and choose to force it, which she has not done.
I have not seen in watching Ashley Jones play that she does force the issue, that she plays hard and she will continue to compete, but she's not a player that's just trying to get her own. She's trying to make plays to help her team win.
I love that unselfishness when your best player is that way. Segrist, by the way, with 26. She has a double-double, 26 and 10. Suarez just a lot to handle under there. Couldn't finish that one. And a 17-point lead here for the Cyclones. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here at Mohegan Sun. Olsen on the spin. Got a good look and got it to go.
That was one of the better offensive series for Villanova. Everybody moved. And so when movement happens, that opens up driving lanes.
Emily Ryan, the point guard, wise to take her time here, run some clock.
It's just how long is Villanova going to be able to let Iowa State use so much of the shot clock? They're going to have to speed up the pace of the game.
Forcing a turnover, here's Olsen. Segrist to the baseline and nudged and fouled on the play with 2:34 to go. Pushed by Donarski, who picks up number 3. And so it'll be Segrist to the line, 81% foul shooter. Senior has not missed a foul shot on the day. A perfect 9 for 9. I'm shocked I did not jinx that.
You notice I didn't say anything.
You said nothing. That was a pro move by UCP.
I left you out there by yourself, Dave.
That's okay. That's all right. I totally earned it. Suarez looking for a guard. Gets it off for Jones. Jones right underneath the iron. Now needs some help. And that's going to be a 3-second violation. A little more than 2 minutes to go. Villanova not quite out of it yet, as they are down by 13.
Well, they're going to have to They're going to have to score quick, though. I think more possessions of that motion offense, everybody moving. You can't just stand around the perimeter. And that's where you got to go, right there to Segrest.
That falls off the rim. Knocked away, but a whistle. Out of the hands of Jones, but she got hit. 2:07 to go.
Segrest trying to deflect anything, tie up the rebounder, but you can't afford to foul.
Caitlin Oriole with the personal. And that'll send Jones to the other end, 93%. In fact, the #1 foul shooter in school history. He had more free throws than anybody at Iowa State. The inaugural Jumpman Invitational in Charlotte tips off on Tuesday. Top 20 women's matchup. That's number 7, North Carolina against number 19, Michigan. Coverage beginning at 7 p.m. on ESPN2 and the app that Carolyn Peck cannot live without.
And Michigan, let me tell you, the Big 12, or I'm sorry, the Big 10 is going to be an interesting race to watch. When you look at how Iowa, all the recognition that they're getting with Caitlin Clark, but you also have Ohio State. They have already really put it on, bringing the pressure with their defense. Villanova's going to need to bring some defense now if they want to.
Well, Villanova remaining hopeful, but they're down 69-54 here to number 14, Iowa State. Iowa State began this game by knocking down a 3, and it's been a big reason they have this lead.
They're shooting, Iowa State shooting 50%, 10 of 20 from the three-point line.
No surprise there.
Ashley Jones, 4 of 6.
They find the big, and Suarez is there to hit it. 71-54. So a good day for Stephanie. 14 points, 10 rebounds. Came in averaging 16 and 9.
And that's even after having sat on the bench in some foul trouble during that third quarter.
Oh, Segrest took a shot, and down she went. Got back up very quickly, and she's kind of laughing it off there, but took a hit. And they're going to take a look at this.
Battling inside. Oh, when Suarez came up with it to get the basketball, I think she caught Maddie right in the mouth.
So they will take a look at the monitor here to see if this is going to go any deeper than just a foul. With 1:24 on the clock.
Oh, that looked like it hurt, but I don't think that there was anything malicious. It looked like a basketball play to me.
I would agree. You're talking about one of the best players in the country. Good to see that she is okay. Well, easy for me to say, but took a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that one looked like it hurt, but as tough as Maddie Segrest is, she's up and ready to get back after it.
Well, these two stars, Ashley Jones for the Cyclones and Maddie Segrest for Villanova, just a pleasure to watch. And when you get two players of this caliber, when they clash on the same floor, you know, in the month of December, not NCAA tournament time, I think it's wonderful because you really get a chance to see how good they are within their team unit against each other well before the tournament gets underway. She's got 28, and Jones with 16, which is a little below her average of 20 a game.
But Ashley Jones just does so many other things too. It's not just her scoring. She's also gotten herself to the free throw line. She's had rebounds as well, and she's had the responsibility of defending Maddie Segrest.
Olsen knocks it down, and Close Suarez, by the way, has fouled out with just over a minute to go, and pressure here by Villanova. And a timeout by the Cyclones. Bill Fenley takes one here.
Yeah, because Villanova coming out with that full court pressure.
So 1:07 to go. And a reminder that women's basketball continues on ESPN2 in the app. It's game 2 of the second annual Pac-12 US LBM Coast to Coast Challenge. Tipping off in Dallas at 7:30. That's number 12 Arizona facing number 19 Baylor. Well, a great day of women's college basketball on our family of networks. And if you missed it earlier today, Argentina won the World Cup in penalty kicks. Messi wound up having a great tournament. 1:07 to play. Look at this interesting inbounds alignment.
I love this. I've seen Iowa State do this before. All 5 players. Well, 4 of the 5 players are inbounds, barely inbounds on the inline. So really unpredictable of who's going to make the break going long.
But thrown away. Oriole gets it back out for Mullen. Villanova forcing the turnover. Olsen take it away. There was a grab there, but no foul. Ryan got away from the pack. And turned over yet again. In transition, here comes Mullen. Mullen off the window for 2.
Villanova might take a look at bringing full court pressure a little earlier in the game.
Yes. They commit another foul here with 45 seconds to play. Kaylin Oriole with the foul, her second.
This is not who you really want to foul.
No, you don't want to foul Emily Ryan. One of the better foul shooters in America.
93% from the free throw line.
And again, the Cyclones did not put a rebounder in there. Everybody else back, ready to play defense here. And number 2 for Emily Ryan. All net. I have a feeling any free throw shooting contest she enters, she's going to walk away with a trophy.
I would have to, yeah, I would agree.
Seegers with the catch, makes the shot, she'll go to the line. So no quit in number 20.
Her movement, Maddie Segrist without the basketball. Quick cut finish through contact. And the end one.
I think she's done everything she could do today. It's her 4th 30-point game of the season. And 10 for 10 at the line.
She's got a double-double with 11 rebounds to go along with those 30 points.
Oriole also bloodied a bit. A 13-point lead here for Iowa State. Segrist, no slouch herself, the foul line, 81%. So trying to make this a 3-point play. And does. Give her 31. They just haven't had enough help for the Wildcats, anyone outside number 20. Jones looking to get free. 36.2 to go. And the Cyclones will take another timeout. Emily Ryan has really had an excellent game, the junior point guard for Iowa State.
She really has. She has 16 points on the night. From your point guard, she's got 9 rebounds. And you want me to add to that as well? 10 assists. She's had a complete total all-around game, Emily Ryan, for the Iowa State Cyclones.
Came in averaging 6 assists per game and 12 points. Kind of does whatever is required.
Well, she knows when it's time to distribute, and she knows when it's her time now to be a threat on the offensive end. And it's not just pulling the trigger from the three-point line. We saw her back Olsen down low, really use her strength in the paint.
Iowa State's last triple-double was 2014. Jones again trying to get free, and a foul. 32.5 seconds to go.
One more rebound for Emily Ryan. Could be looking at a triple-double. Well, she's not going to get the rebound off this free throw because she's back here.
Yeah, it's not going to happen on a foul shot, not for Iowa State. And Jones with another one coming. Preseason All-American at the line. In and out on the second. Final seconds here at Mohegan Sun. Iowa State looking to hang on and put this one in the win column.
Go rebound, Emily.
Oriole with the save, back to Segrist and a whistle. With 18.8 to go. And Lexi Donarski with the foul. That'll be her fourth, so Segrist back to the line, working on a 31-point game.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any rebounds to be had off this free throw. Jinx, I did it.
Jones did come up with one, tied up on the play. Possession arrow, bring it to the other end of the floor. So the shot clock is off, 15.7 showing. Once again, Iowa State with that unusual inbound alignment. They give it to Ryan to check it in. And for Jones. And gets it across midcourt. So the last seconds here playing out. The Cyclones are going to win this one. They will knock off the number 25 team in the country, 74-62, the final score here in Game 2 at Mohegan Sun.
Well, it was a great balanced effort. They had 5 players in double figures, led by Ashley Jones with her 17 points, who also had the assignment of really trying to keep up with Maddie Segrist. This was a good display by the Cyclones as they are rounding out 2022 and getting ready for the next year.
Segrist winds up with 32 points, and she individually had an outstanding afternoon. But Iowa State, they hit those threes, and when they do that, that is no headline for Cyclone fans. They are going to be very tough to handle.
Absolutely. When you've got the inside presence of Stephanie Suarez to go along with the three-point shooting, yeah, that's a balanced attack for the Cyclones.
And game number 1 here today, we saw UConn hold off a late charge by FSU and win 85-77. The very best of Coach Gino Auriemma, unable to coach today because of a health issue. We certainly hope he is okay. And soon enough, we'll be ready to return to the sidelines because UConn's starting to get healthier.
Yeah, and when they get healthy, they will be dangerous. I'm looking forward to January, February as the season closes out. It's going to make the run to the tournament real interesting.
Happy holidays, partner.
You too, Dave.
For Carolyn Peck and our entire crew, I'm Dave O'Brien saying so long from Uncasville, where our final score is 74-62 Iowa State. All games airing on the ESPN networks. They're streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Thanks so much for joining us. Women's basketball continues with Auburn and USC coming up next.